Welcome back to FM Story. We're about to embark on season 4 of this South American Glory Hunt save. No jobs came up that really would have enabled us to push on with the series, so we're still coming back with another season of the Internacional. We'll give it one more crack at trying to win the Copa de Brazil, and then whether we win or lose, I think come the end of the season, we're going to have to move on to get some of the other objectives met. There was a possibility of joining Colo Colo or Atlético Nacional in Chile or Colombia, respectively, two traditionally top clubs, but who've, during the save, seem to have fallen on a bit of hard times and were both mid-table in the most recent league seasons. And in the off-season, we've had a pretty big turnover in terms of some big players going, some big signings coming in as well. So without further ado, let's get into the action. So first of all, looking at the transfers out. So firstly, Wendell retired at the end of the season. So he's gone, which left us really with only one left back. Backup goalkeeper Leo Jardim left at the end of his contract to go to Deportivo Cali. And Barajas left at the end of his contract and he's gone to Criciúma. And then since then, we've brought in actually quite a lot of money. We've brought in 35.5 million. We've sent a couple of players out on loan in Thiago Maia and Rodrigo. And then we've got some big money, particularly for players that haven't actually played a game for the first team. So Milton Passos, João Vitor, Henrique, all gone for quite a lot of money considering they've not played a first team game. Henrique had been out on loan last season. He was going to be involved in the first team squad this season, but he's gone to Porto for nearly 4 million. We've also sold Saldana for 10 million and Oscar Zambrano has gone for up to 24 million as well. So we made quite a lot of money in. Obviously, as we said, with Wendell going, we were short a left back. So we've brought in Kevison, who can play on that left-hand side, largely probably to be as a backup, mostly for Tawan Lara, who's developed into one of our star players. With Jardim going, we needed a goalkeeper. Sergio Rocher was getting on a bit in age as well. So we've gone and signed Andrew from Portuguese club. Ended up being for just under 4 million, but immediately came in as our number one there. And then with losing Saldana, we probably needed an extra option up front. So we went to San Lorenzo and splashed quite a bit of cash on Mateo Lamas, who has hit the ground running. He's a big guy, 6'6", good in the air, not too shabby in terms of the other physicals, and actually good on the ball, like the dribbling, first touch, technique for someone that's 6'6". And so far he's got 11 goals in 7 games for us. We are, I think, sticking with the 4-3-3 that we played most towards the end of last season. And so far, the state championship's gone pretty well. We've won 9 out of 10 games. We dropped our first point in the very, very first game of the state championships this season with a draw. But we've then won 9 games. We've beaten Gremio. And we are already qualified for the semi-final, and hopefully we can make it 4 state championships in a row. So as we said, we started with a draw, a 2-2 draw. We required a late equaliser to get that. But then we've racked up the wins: 3-1, 5-1, 9-1, 8-1, 3-0, 6-0, 4-1, 4-0, and in the most recent state game, 2-1 away at Gremio. We won the Supercopa de Brazil, beating Corinthians 3-0, and we also won the Recopa Sudamericana, winning that over the 2 legs. We won the first leg 4-0, we won the second leg 7-2 with a hat-trick from Christian Barrios. So we've started the season pretty well. It's now time for the Copa Libertadores to start. We've got, I think, a relatively decent draw. We've got Universidad to Chile. We've got Jorge Wilstermann from Bolivia. I think we've got a pretty straightforward draw in the Copa Libertadores. We've got Universidad de Chile, we've got Jorge Wilstermann from Bolivia, and we've got fellow Brazilian side Fluminense. That's probably going to be the toughest test, and we start with them in the opening game of the Copa Libertadores. And in going into that game, we're pretty full strength. The only person that's missing is Mateo Lamas, but we should be able to hopefully go out and pick up a victory in the first game in the group stage. So it's time for the Copa Libertadores to get underway for another season. As we said, a home game against Fluminense, probably the toughest opponent in the group, I would say. And as we said, the only real injury was Lamas. So we've gone with Bustos at right back, Vitao and Otavio in the centre of defence, Vitao and Lara at left back, Basic in front of the back four, Mauricio and Claudinho in front of him. And then because Lamas is not fit, Semenyo's playing off the right, Barrios off the left, and Aravena through the middle. So 4-3-3, they're playing a 4-2-3-1. Right, Tao and Lara with a throw early in deep in their half. It comes back to him. Looks for Claudinho in the box. It finds it. Somehow it nearly squirmed in at the near post. It's gone behind for a corner. Aravena to take it. Aims it deep to the far post. It's headed away from Otavio. Claudinho will lift it to the back post to Aravena. It's headed away from him. And they get the ball clear. And a free kick. Probably in shooting range for Basic. Lifts it over the wall. Goes the goalkeeper's side and ripples the roof of the net on its way over. Mauricio out to Semenyo. Driving infield. Bustos then into Claudinho. Aravena to Barrios in space. Fires it towards the near post and the keeper shovels it behind for another corner. Aravena to take it towards the far post. We've got a head on it. Basic recovers it. Claudinho's shot takes a big nick past the keeper, puts us 1-0 up. And the Copa Libertadores campaign starting well. The defence of our trophy from last season. Vitao got his head on it. The keeper makes a save. Basic finds Claudinho. It takes a big nick to deflect it past the keeper. That's 1-0. And there we are. Half time, 1-0 up. We are struggling a bit fitness-wise, so there'll be some changes at half time. And hopefully we can hang on to these 3 points through the second half. So we made 3 changes at half time. Kevison, Alanzinho and Wanderson on. Lara, Mauricio and Barrios off. An awful lot happening in the second half. Right, goal kick for them. They've gone short. Try to pass their way out from the back. Gone back across the defender. Back to the keeper. He then goes long. Otavio wins a header. Claudinho looks for Alanzinho, but a poor pass. Alanzinho then gets back in to win it. Semenyo, who looks like he's picked up a bit of a knock, to Vitao. Bustos down the right hand side. Semenyo into Alanzinho, who goes down in the box, and the referee's given a penalty. VAR have confirmed the decision. And then we've got Aravena stepping up to take the penalty. Sends the keeper the wrong way. Puts it into the corner. 2-0 with 20 minutes left. And that should secure the 3 points to start the defence of our trophy off on a high. Just fires it into that bottom corner. Right, Bustos with a throw. Alanzinho back to him. Bustos back to Basic. Alanzinho lifts it to the far post. It's headed up in the air. It eventually works its way to Wanderson. He fires for him 3-0. And that's really secured the 3 points to start the campaign off well. Alanzinho just chips across up. Rios is ready to head it home. The defender gets his head there to head it up in the air. It's worked to Wanderson, who just fires it past the keeper from pretty close range. Right, a late goal kick for them, short again. They're still trying to play their way out. They managed to beat the first press, but Basic gets back to win it. Kevison down the line finds Wanderson. Rios now bursting forward into the box. His cross is deflected. Aravena pulls it back to the edge of the box, and Estevao bends that in with his left foot for 4-0. And a really dominant opening performance in the Copa Libertadores here. We've had 27 shots, 11 of them on target. And that's 4-0 against a Brazilian rival. And what on paper looked the toughest test we were going to face in the group. And there we are, full-time 4-0, 3 points to get the defence of the trophy underway on a high, top of the group. And let's hope we can continue on through the rest of the group stage and the rest of the state championship the way we've started them. We're now at the beginning of April, and we've got the final of the state championship, the second leg, home game coming up against Juventude. We've had a strange, given how we've played in the state championship so far at this save, we've had a strange bit of a run since that opening Copa Libertadores game. So after that 4-0 victory against Fluminense, we've played another 2 games in the Copa Libertadores. We won 4-1 away in Bolivia, and we won 2-0 away in Chile. But then we had Avenida 3 times in a row in the state championship. First, the last league game of the stage, we hammered them 8-1. Then the away leg in the semi-final, we drew 1-1. And then the second leg of the semi-final, we won 5-0. And then Juventude in the first leg of the final, we drew 0-0 with. We lost Bustos through injury. So going into this second leg, it's all to play for against Juventude if we want to maintain the record of winning 4 straight state championships. But for us to have lost the away legs of both or to have drawn the away legs of the semi-final and the final, as well as having drawn our first game of the state championship, having not even drawn a single game in the first 3 seasons, is a bit of a strange feeling. But we've got the game against Juventude coming up to try and add another trophy before we get into the main part of the season. So this is the side we're going into the final with Bustos injured. Paz comes in a right back. The only other change really is in the front 3 from the side that we saw in that Copa Libertadores game. Semenyo's off the right, Aravena off the left, and Lamas through the middle. And hopefully we can put in a decent second leg performance here and pick up a trophy to set us up for the season. Basic to Lara. Basic, Lara down the line. Into Mauricio in the box. Lara again lifts it to the back post. It's headed away from Semenyo and they're breaking clear. Claudinho gets back to win it. Aravena now with space to move into the box. Shot gets deflected, goes off the bar. And we've got a corner, which Aravena himself's going to take. Short to Mauricio. He then crosses towards the back post. And it's headed clear. Semenyo wide to Aravena into the box. Low cross, again cleared from in front of goal. And then they've managed to get the ball clear. Right, a free kick on the edge of the box. Basic to take it. He's presumably going to shoot. He goes goalkeeper side. And the goalkeeper turns it behind for another corner. Aravena again to take it. Next time to the back post. It's headed, they got a head on it. It's eventually come all the way back through to Aravena and nothing comes of it. But another corner. Aravena this time to the near post. Otavio's header. The keeper turns it behind for another corner. We really need to make this pressure tell and get at least one goal here. Araveni with another corner. This time to the far post. It's headed clear. There we are, half-time 0-0. We've dominated that first half and got nothing from it. And we're going to need to be... We just need to take a chance. One of these chances that comes when we've had 14 shots, we've only got 4 of them on target. We need to be better and more clinical going forward. All right, we've sent the same team out to start the second half. Right, Tau and Lara with the throw. Aravenia back to Otavio. Lara into Claudinho. Basic into Lamas. Wide to Semenyo. Driving into the box. And finally, we've opened the scoring. Basic out to Lamas. Finds Semenyo on the right. And he just drives infield. And once he gets in the box, just lets fly. And in off the far post. Right, Claudinho with a free kick towards the back post. It's up in the air. Semenyo helps it on. Aravenia heads home. And that's 2-0. And once we've opened the scoring, it looks like we might end up with a few more here. Just a ball to the back post. I think it's the defender gets his head and Semenyo then just helps it on. A bit of head tennis and Aravenia nods home past the keeper. Right, so they've tried to play their way out of trouble on the left-hand side. Paz gets back to make a challenge there. Otavio going down the left wing. Still going. Finds Claudinho on the edge of the box. He bends it towards goal, but lands it on the roof of the net. Right, corner from Mauricio. Into the near post. Lamas gets his head on it. Makes it 3-0. And we've won our 4th successive state championship. Just whips it into the near post. Just gets a flick on the near post just to guide it past the keeper. Right, a throw for them deep in our half. They've gone back, lumped it forward. It's flicked on, but straight to Andrew. He goes long, and they've got it back. Cross into the box, header. And I don't know whether Andrew was bored by gifting them the ball back there, but we're going to hopefully keep a clean sheet. We have. There we are, 3-0 on the day, 3-0 on aggregate. We've won the state championship for the 4th successive season, and that all just sets us up for a good season, hopefully. Trophy lifted. And now the serious part of the season starts. And there we are, that's season 4 underway with 3 trophies, the Super Copa do Brazil, the Recopa, and the state championship for the 4th successive season. We have finally not won every game in that competition, but we still managed to pick up the trophy. We have finally not won every game in that competition, but we have managed to pick up the trophy. And now we move on to what is the only aim for the season, which is to win the Copa do Brazil, which begins in the next episode. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you then.